So you tired of lugging around your garage door opener clicker in your car, you know, having this exposed, you know, maybe a thief could steal it, and you purchase a vehicle that doesn't have any kind of provision for Homelink? Stick around, we're gonna add Homelink to this car for under 100 bucks. Enjoy the intro. So what I have for you today is a 2016 Chevy Cruze 2nd generation. This is the LS model, and it has barely any options on it. Let's just put it out there. But even the top of the line Premier and LTZ models of the Cruze did not have Homelink as an option. So this is a vehicle where it wasn't even offered. There are some vehicles, like my 9th gen Impala. Mine has the Homelink in the overhead console. And it's something you can add the factory option to this car easy, but this car poses a whole other set of problems because there really isn't anywhere to mount a Homelink module. And what I'm about to do here, you can pretty much do on any vehicle that has a wedge style mount on your, I can't really see it on this car, but you know, the old wedge that mounts your rear view mirror. This car has just a standard issue rear view mirror. It's nothing special. It doesn't have map lights. It doesn't have, oh, get the camera on it. No OnStar, no map lights, no wires going to it, nothing. It's just a simple mirror. Simple day-night type mirror. So if you have an older car that just has a simple mirror like this, you are in luck. This is going to pertain to you. I will say this, I do have a 2009 Impala that doesn't have the Homelink, and it doesn't have any map lights or anything on the mirror. It'd work on that car too. So I'll show you what I got here. So I went onto the old eBay and I found a seller. Oh, he left me his card too. Gave me a nice little note. Oh, it just says thank you for supporting my small business. I thought it was the name of the company. Well, anyway, I got this nice rear view mirror that has 3 Homelink buttons on it. And as an added bonus, it's auto dimming. So you got your rear light sensors here and your front one here. So that's an added bonus. You don't have to flip the little lever. It's electrochromatic. He sent me programming instructions, which you can easily find this online too. I can look it up in my Impala's owner's manual, but we'll do that later. He got a little wire loom. I don't know if I'm going to be using that. I honestly don't know how this hooks up. Probably goes, oh, I think it goes like that. I don't know. We're not going to use it on the Cruze because the Cruze has a deal. But so he the person gave me wiring already. This says ground. These 2 little wires go to ground, the brown and the black. And this wire, the orange wire and the black with the red stripe, both go to 12 volts positive, and this blue wire is not used. So we can kind of see how this is wired up. We'll clean that up a little bit. I paid $55 for this. Free shipping. Didn't pay, I think I did pay tax. But we got a nice little length of wire that I believe should reach up into the Cruze's overhead console. If not, see, there's some, I have some of this speaker wire tape or harness tape. I have some of that. I might end up having to extend these 2 wires a little bit, which I could possibly pull this out and reuse it. So you can kind of see how this goes. This blue one is in the 2nd upper position, black one is in the 3rd. There's 5 per row, brown. So So your 2 power wires are on the 2 lower. That ground is the second one in. Yeah, okay. So just to verify, in the Cruze, it's a T20 Torx bit to get it out to unscrew the base, and it also is the same on this mirror. And I will verify these wedge mounts are pretty universal. So without having that Cruze's mirror off, I will not know exactly, but I'm willing to take a gamble on it. So if you're going to install this in a vehicle that does not have any power running to your overhead console, or if there isn't one, you're going to want to extend these wires and run them down to your fuse box and use one of these fuse taps to tap into switched 12-volt power. You know, I'd probably maybe go your radio circuit would be perfect. Just something that, I mean, me personally, I don't want to leave these on. I don't want these powered when the car's off. So that's why I'm going to go to something that's switched with ignition. So, you know, somebody breaks your window, they can't get into your garage. For this, I'm going to be using these posi tap connections, where literally I can just take these 2 here, wrap them together. I will take the red end off, slide this over, and there's you can see there's a little bullet in there. Just tighten this up real well. You know, I'm not going to do it here, but you will just tighten this till it's all the way down. That makes a good connection. You're going to go into your wire that you're going to tap into. You're going to unhook this. For demonstrator purposes, you're just going to lay it across like this, and then you'll screw down on it, and there's a little piercing tab that'll pierce into that wire you're tapping into. It's nice and secure, nice and clean, cleaner than them Scotch lock connectors. Those are kind of junky, and they're very compact. So I like using these posi taps. I will link those in the description. I used them when I hooked my backup camera up to my Impala. They're really clean, they're waterproof. You can use them on your exterior. So on the Chevy Cruze that I'm installing this in, there is power up in the overhead console, so that is where I'm going to tap into. But again, if you don't have an overhead console, something you can tap into right there, I would recommend some posi tap or fuse taps. I'll link these in the description, to run your 12-volt power. And then I just run a pair of speaker wires down to the fuse box. You can ground the ground wire out on a bolt somewhere down. There should be a ground nearby near your fuse box. But this Cruze, there is 12-volt power and ground in the overhead console, and that's what I'm going to be tapping into. So that is what I'm going to be doing right now. So in this Cruze, I'm going to be tapping into the dome light power. And so if you have a Cruze, just follow along. I've got my panel tool. There's just 4 clips holding this overhead console in. There's a plastic bracket up behind here that this clips into. So just go ahead and pry the clips out without destroying your headliner. And you know, I'm not going to do this while I'm holding the camera, but this should be pretty simple to see. It just clips out. Very easy. I'll go to the other side while I'm holding the camera. It's so easy, you can do it with one hand. Maybe. But you can see the boom, we are out. See, and there is the display. There's the clips going here and here. So what I'm going to do on this Cruze, I'm just going to disconnect the map light. I think I will disconnect all this other stuff just to get this out of the way, because I don't want this hanging here while I'm doing this. So I'm going to unplug the OnStar, and the passenger airbag presents and the microphone. I'm just gonna get all this out of the way because this is the connector I want right here. I'm gonna disconnect it and I'm gonna show you the wires I want to tap into. And I gotta make sure I have enough length of wire to bring me from the mirror all the way back here. It doesn't look like I will, because that needs to sit about right there. Okay, needs to sit at about this crossbar. Yeah, so that's where I need the wire to come up to here. But yeah, we got power and ground right here. This brown wire, it's ignition, tied to the ignition. It's tied to the retained accessory power, so it goes dead after 10 minutes. And then you got your ground right here, and that's simply what I'm going to tap into. So I'm going to get this apart and I'll check back with you. Alright, so I got my console out of here. I got everything disconnected. And this is my harness I'm tapping into. I got a light hanging right here. So as you can see, this far left tan wire, I'm going to tap into that, and I'm going to tap into the far right black wire for my power and ground. Now I do have the mirror down. I think this cover, you squeeze it and it comes off, I'm hoping. Otherwise there is, I don't know if I can see it on the camera, but there's an access point to that T20. I might be able to just get it out without taking this cover off of here. Let's see. Oh yeah, well, shit, no, it slides forward, but I can't get it off. Nope. I have to try to get this cover off, and I think you just squeeze it. I don't know, I went online and I looked on eBay, and they do sell these, and I could see how it's retained. There's retainers here and here, and it looks like that's basically, you just squeeze this and it should come off. And this should slide forward, but you know, I don't want to break it. So, but look at that, I got the mirror out. Oh man, look at that, I got it out. There she is. Let's go to the table and compare. Let's just compare it. Oh yeah, that'll work. It's a little bit wider, but that wedge will fit right on there. Man, I don't know, should I see if I can just get this in there without taking that? Well, the thing is, I want to be able to run them wires through here, so maybe there is a spot here I could fish them through, and maybe I don't need to take this off at all. Oh, look at that, the wedge. Huh, she goes like this. You fish her over this way. Okay, maybe. Oh, look at that, I got it. Look at that. Okay, so we push these tabs in, and there we got some wiring here. Huh, I'm wondering if that is for the higher models have radar, what do they call that? The automatic emergency braking. But you know what? I'm not tapping into any of these wires because I don't know what the hell they go to. I'm gonna leave them alone. We're just gonna run. So I got the harness. We're just gonna run this back up through here. We're just gonna see if I got enough room. Oh, come on. Maybe I should tape these together and go through here. Look at that. Easy peasy, look at that. All right, we're through. Okay, cool. So maybe what I could do, all right. So I think my strategy is thus. I'm going to, I'm holding the camera as I'm doing this. I think I'm gonna set this like this. See how I set that on there? I'll get this up on here somehow.
come on. Maybe I need to loosen the bolts. Okay, we're on. Nice, we're on. Spin this around. Maybe okay, I need to get that wire harness back through here. Okay. All right, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take that wire harness, get it through that piece, and then I'm probably gonna have to extend it. So I'm gonna do that because I need 2 hands for it. All right, so this is where I'm at. I got the cover off to the side. I have the mirror wedged on there. I need to get in there to tighten it. I plug the harness back in, and I need to find a way to get this back around so it'll snap back on. But I got the wires up to here, and it looks like I'm gonna need to lengthen them, which shouldn't be a problem. I have some speaker wire I'll just splice on here. I'm not going to use this not used wire. I mean, I could. I don't really want to. We'll put some butt splices on the end of these, and I'll just extend it. Yeah, I got to extend it over to here, so we'll give it another 4 or 5 inches. I don't know. I just want enough play to where we can move the mirror, and there's enough slack under here. Like maybe I'll push this down a little bit, but yeah, I'll get this in position. Look at that. Okay, I just have to make sure those wires aren't interfering with anything. The camera is not showing a damn thing, so maybe. Okay, look at that. Are we flush with the windshield? No, we're not. Somehow I gotta figure out how to get this back on. Okay, snap, snap, she's on. All right, look at that. We got the wires pass through. Yeah, look at that. There's a lot of tension left on here. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put a zip tie around here so this doesn't pull out any farther. We just want it snug. Oh, and I gotta go back under here and tighten that. Okay. All right, let's tighten that mirror up. Don't go too tight. You don't want to break the... Okay. She is snug. Look at that. Look at how nice that mirror is. I like it. I like it a lot. Holy crap, it looks... Let's turn this off. Look at that. Get that out of the way. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, I'll have to clean it up, but this will be really nice. I think this first button's a little sticky, so I'm just going to program the second one. You can tell these 2 and 3 have never been used. This one's a little sticky. But yeah, so look at that. Plenty of wire up here. I'm going to put I don't think the zip tie is going to do anything. Maybe I can zip tie it to this harness. But there's a tag there. Sorry, I'm rambling. I just want this to, I don't want this wire to be pulling in and out. I don't think it will though. I think we're good, because this isn't going to move much. All right, enough rambling. I'm going to go extend these two. We're going to extend these, and then we're going to tap into here. So as you can see, I have extended this wire. I put the 2 ground wires to the one with the black stripe and the 2 positives to the just straight up red. And I might have made a little too much wire here, but that's okay. We can coil it up. And I stripped those ends down. I got my posi taps ready to go on. So I'm gonna install those off camera because I'm sitting here holding the camera. Kind of difficult to do single-handed, but you get the gist. I kind of showed you how to do that over on the workbench there. Greetings from the future. I'm just interjecting in the video here. Just want to tell everybody, Cruze owners, if you have the L or LS model, if you don't have buttons here for individual map lights,
do not proceed with what I'm attempting to do here. You'll see me attempting to wire into the harness to this base model console, and there is no power. There is no constant 12 volt power or switched either or to power this mirror. So I'm going to put a timestamp here, somewhere on the screen, and you can jump past me trying to figure out where to wire, and it'll jump you straight to me running a wire across here down into the fuse box. So thanks, and back to the video. All right, we got the lights on really bright now, but now you can see I got the posi tap, positive into this brown wire, negative into the black, and you can see even when I press on this, the little red buttons lighten up. I think this on-off turns the electrochromatic mirror off. I'm not sure, I didn't get anything in the instructions, but it's already got juice going to it. And yeah, the dome light's on, so that would confirm that we're still not past the 10-minute mark with that yet. So here's my little coil of wire. I think we can just put it up here. I don't need to zip tie it to anything. It's not under any tension. Just as so long as I can move this. But yeah, I'm gonna get everything reconnected to the panel. That was the other thing I thought of. I thought of getting one of those Homelink modules and putting it on here and hiding it up here, but I don't know. I like this better. It's cleaner, less hack. It would look kind of hacked if I did it there. And plus, auto dimming mirror. Can't go wrong with that. And it was a simple 2-wire hookup. So I'm gonna get this console all hooked back up. I'm probably gonna wipe the smudges off the mirror. And this will go together really easy. Just plug all the connectors back in. It's literally all it is. And then we'll go and snap the tabs back up into here. This one might prove problematic. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna turn this off. Dome light off, but you can see it works. Let's yeah, look at that when I turn the... Okay. Interesting. So if I kill the dome light, will it kill this? I think it does. Wow. So if we leave that on, yep. So we want to leave the dome light into the middle position, because if we shut it off, it kills the Homelink. Oh, interesting. Very interesting. So there was something programmed to that button. Nothing to these two. I am going to program to this third button, so it's the middle one will open the garage. I don't know what this does, honestly. I can't tell. It doesn't look like it's killing the auto dim mirror. I don't know. That's interesting that, I wonder if we close the door, now will it work if the dome light is off? Let's see. I'm gonna start the car and see what happens. Oh, it does. It kills it when the dome light is off. Yep. I don't like that. So I was misled. Interesting. Yeah, I was misled as to what that brown wire does. Okay. Well, I'm gonna get that figured out. I might end up running a wire down to the damn fuse box, because this is unacceptable to me. To have it only come on when the dome light is on. No, we can't do that. I cannot have that. So yeah, I was misled. I did some research on where to wire that to, and I was totally misled to believe that that was hot, and it only turned off with the retained accessory power. Yep, I'm a little disappointed in that. So I think I will search out a new power wire I'm probably gonna have to get out my mirror. I'm sorry, my meter. Yeah, so disregard everything up to this point regarding the wiring of this. The ground actually works. So, all right. So now I remembered why this wasn't gonna work. The article I read where somebody added a Homelink to their Cruze had map lights. And I think that's where my car differs. I think there was an extra brown wire in this outer side. And I think that's where I went wrong, because there isn't an extra retain accessory power wire there. That is where I went wrong, and I think that's where I need to do some more research. I might take this, I think I'm going to take this apart and probe it with the meter, because it might be one of these other brown wires on here. And that might be all I need to do, is just shift over to one of the other ones. I do not want to tap into the OnStar. I mean, I suppose I could. It wouldn't be, I'd have to find which one of them powers this on. And I'm definitely not tapping into the airbag, the frickin' passenger seat sensor. Not effing with that. There's no way. So I'm gonna get my meter out, and then we will undo this. But other than that, this looks great. And as long as it has power to it, the damn thing works. And you know, I could program it the way it is now. But if I strike out here, I guess I'm just gonna run a wire down to the fuse box back here and tap into that. Well, yeah, I sat and probed these wires, and this second one over from the ground is it's a constant 12 when you have the switch off or in the middle. When you switch it to dome light on, it goes to 0. But I found that when you connect up I was probing it, started the car, went to 12, went up to like 13 volts. When I attached the Homelink to it, it dropped to like 10 volts with the car running, and with the car off, it went down to like 8.5. So this is not a good place to tap in for the Homelink. So what I'm gonna do is, right now, I'm gonna tap into my radio fuse with one of these taps, and just give it I got a whole length of wire. I'm gonna test it out first, and then I'm gonna do like what I did when I changed the cabin filter. I'm gonna take the glove box out on the side of the console and just string this wire down the A-pillar and across, and hopefully I can find a spot down in the console there to ground it to. So this was all a waste of time going up through here, complete waste of time. And I guess what I read online, the person had like a Premier model, and like I said, there was one more wire on the left side of that harness that they tapped into for this. So if you have an LS like I have here, this thing, if you search for it online, you'll find it on the Cruze Talk forums, does not work for the LS model. So skip all this shit that I did with trying to wire it into the dome light and just go straight to the fuse box. All right, I'm gonna get you into what I'm doing here. I got the glove box out because I'm gonna run a wire through here and up the B pillar. Link to my video where I changed out the cabin filter, because this is pretty much the same thing. I got a ground attached here temporarily. I'm gonna make this a little cleaner when I'm done, but I went ahead and I yanked the radio fuse, and it's a 20 amp. So I put a 10 on this fuse tap. Now you're gonna wanna put it in the fuse box like this. I pulled fuse 37, it's the very end one on the bottom. So I'm gonna go in here and connect this up like this, if you can see. And I temporarily have the wires tied up here since I had these posi taps already. I just tapped into that. So I'm gonna plug that up and see if a 10 amp fuse handles the current. All right, we're plugged into 37.
I'll tidy up these wires after the fact. Well, I'm just doing a test right now, so. We got power, we got ground, I got everything disconnected from here. I could probably slap that up, but all right, so, interesting. So it's working. Oh, maybe because I just had the key on. Just making sure we got radio. Since oh, it saved everything. And we got mutage. All right, cool. So, yeah, looks like she's working. Yep, yeah, it's working. All right, so, okay, this does turn it off. Press the O. The O turns off the. That must turn off the auto dim. Oh, it doesn't look like it's making a difference. We'll leave it on anyway. Does it just turn that green light off? I don't know. I don't know. But okay, so we got proof of concept. A 10 amp fuse seems to be working. Yep. Okay. Shut the car off. I don't know. I suppose I'll wait 10 minutes till it goes to sleep, and that should be good. So I will go and tidy up all this wiring. I like the little, I grounded to that, come on camera, I can't see what I'm doing here. Okay, there's a bolt right there. I tied into that. I think I'm gonna shrink or yeah, put some heat shrink on here, make this a nice tight connection. I'll clean up these wires because I'm going to be adding cruise control to this car, and I'm going to want to ground it. So this will be a good grounding location. Just need to tidy up this wire. Yep, and I think I just pulled off enough to, more than enough to run up here. I'll butt splice this connection. I don't see any reason to undo this. We're already connected. I'll just tap into there. We'll go along the headliner, down the B pillar, down across there. Maybe I'll zip tie it to the ductwork. I don't know. I just need to be somewhere neat and up and out of the way. And then it all comes back into here, nice and neat. And we're on the very end, the very last fuse. I took my meter, and the power comes in on the bottom terminal. So that's how I wired this in. And I put a 10 amp fuse to the Homelink mirror. All right, so I'm not gonna bore you with me buttoning all this up, but so just to reiterate, if you have a base model Cruze that doesn't have the stuff on the steering wheel, you know, L or LS model, just skip all the bullshit I did with trying to wire it into here and just wire it straight to the radio fuse. I was hoping this was gonna work and be something simple, but it is not. Just gonna show you what I did here. I got the, oh, let's turn the light on here. Got that ground all nice and tidied. I got these little stick on, you can stick a zip tie through them and they stick. So I got one here holding that together, and then I meet up with the wire coming out of the fuse box here. I just ran it up. I put one of those things there on this brace, put another one there, up and nice and tidy out of the way so I can still change my cabin filter. And then you can kind of see it coming around, and I'm going up the A pillar. The side airbag, I just zip tied it to these wires, so it's totally out of the way of the airbag. I'll have to cut the zip tie. And then I went into the headliner, pulled the front down a little bit, fished it up there, and then I just fished it through here. So now I'm going to just tie into these two wires, plug the microphone back in. I'll put some tape around here, I think, because I pierced these, all four of them. I'll tape those up. I don't want any of that shorting out. We'll splice these together, and I'll put that back in, put the glove box back in, And I think we got us a Homelink mirror. All right, we are buttoned up. And let's see what we got here. I got the instructions. I'm gonna fire up the car. Yep, see. Yep, the 10 minutes had gone by, I got nothing. Now let's start up the car. So I think 10 amps is too much, or too little. Because I just yanked the fuse and it blew. Either that or I touched. Oh, you know what? That could have been it. I had it hooked up. Dummy. I had it hooked up when I was... that could be it. I don't know. I think I might just throw a 20 in there anyway. So, I'm going to throw a 20 in there and then we'll try again. Let's try that again. Now. Alright, we got a light. Let me shut my overhead light off. Okay. Yep. Alright. Let's start the car. I don't even think I need to. If I put a 20 amp in, I don't know that I necessarily need the 20, but okay. It says to clear the memory of all 3 buttons in the Homelink transmitter, hold down the 2 outside buttons, 1 and 3, for approximately 20 seconds until the red light begins to flash rapidly, and then release both buttons. So these 2, until that starts flashing rapidly. I'm not even recording that, dang. Holding the camera down so I can... There we go. Now we release both buttons. Okay. Turn the vehicle to run. Hold the transmitter 1 to 3 inches away from the Homelink buttons in your vehicle. I thought I had to go... Yeah, the smart button on the garage door opener. What? Simultaneously press the transmitter button and the Homelink button you wish to program. You may need 2 hands. Hold both buttons pressed until the indicator light changes from a slow flash to a rapid flash. Rapid flashing indicates successful programming. Release both buttons, Homelink and transmitter. Press and hold the newly programmed Homelink button. Locate the learner smart button on the motor head of your garage. Yeah, see, that's how I programmed my other one. I didn't even use the transmitter on my old car. I just pressed the smart button on my garage door opener. Right? Within 30 seconds of pressing the learn button, return to the vehicle, press the desired Homelink button for 2 seconds, then release. Repeat this one step up to 3 times. Well, there you go. I'm gonna do that. And we don't need to record it. I'll just show it to you when I have it programmed. Here's the freaking instructions. I'll get a still shot of this. There you go. So I did have to do that 2-step thing. Press this in and the button and the opener at the same time. That was phase 1. Then I had to go press the smart button and then press this. And now let me let's wait, do this first. I'll try that again. There we go. So there she is. There we go. All nice and programmed. Got her cleaned up, got her adjusted. Now I have a Homelink on my 2019 Cruze LS, which is pretty slick. It's right here on the mirror. Yeah, I would just, my advice to anybody with a base model Cruze, just skip right ahead to wiring it to the fuse box.
don't bother connecting it up here. I think if you have I think if you have map lights, wait, let me get here. You know, you have the extra buttons here and here. That is where you can wire this in. I did see, like, somebody did a post on this on the Cruze Talk forums. I'll post a link to it. That's why I thought I could wire this up like this, and turns out when you got the base model, it just doesn't work. So, and seeing how many amps this thing pulls, you probably should just wire it to the fuse box anyway. Anyways, that's about it. And you could essentially do this on any car that has a plain old mirror. And I've seen they have a Homelink mirrors with the map lights, and they have them, you know, they have them with the compass and the temperature up in the corner. I mean, I don't need that on this car because I got it all on the instrument cluster. So just a nice simple auto dimming mirror. Pretty cool little upgrade you could do to any car, really.
Several months later.
So here we are. It's about 4 months after I installed this mirror, and let me kick the ignition on here, but you'll see this thing ain't working anymore. I gotta be like, well, you know, you see I gotta be right under the damn thing for it to work. If I pull up to the door, it won't work. So I was doing some reading online, and pretty much they say if this thing goes bad, you just have to replace it. There's no fixing it. So thankfully for me, I decided I was thinking about maybe buying a $200 mirror, but I found the exact same mirror on eBay for the exact same price I paid. So I just went ahead and bought another one. I think if this one craps out, I am gonna throw in the towel and buy a brand new one. But this is the exact same model number, according to the eBay listing anyway. The pigtail is the same, I'm hoping. I'll just go quick compare this to the one that's in there. It's got the same, it's got all the same wires that other one had. So I'm gonna go pull that other mirror. I mean, I'll pull it off and I'll put it up on the bench here and compare the two. So I just extracted this from the car. This is the new one. I don't know if we can see that model number, but they are identical. Everything on here is the same. I took the pigtail and it plugs in, the old one. So I know for sure that this new one will work, and the programming instructions should be the same. Fortunately, the old seller, I held on to the instructions from the first seller because the second seller didn't give me any kind of instructions. Oh, and it's been 4 months, so the return window is long past on this. But it was $55. I'm not going to return it anyway. This can, I don't know. I'll set it up on the workbench next to the old one. I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and I might have to clean it up a little bit. Put this in there and program it to my garage door opener. Okay, just want to get a shot here. I do have the new mirror in and programmed. I'm going to try to get this so I don't show the... There we go. I'll hit it again. Okay. All right, so back to the outro that I recorded 4 months ago. So if you found this informational at all, please be sure to give me a thumbs up and like, comment, and subscribe for more videos, more Shade Tree Mechanic 101. And if you're feeling generous, hit the thanks button down below. and donate to the cause for some more projects such as this. And we'll catch you all in the next video. Later.